Hi, I'm Claire from Chancellor Coaching. Today let's explore the beautiful energy of the Knight of Cups. Now the Knight of Cups always brings forward a loving, generous, beautiful energy where the cup is being handed forward. Somebody's bringing you something that is really emotionally fulfilling. Now this can be an engagement, a wedding, a new baby. The team were talking earlier and saying this can represent that spiritual awakening, like you're finally feeling into that spiritual energy, trusting your intuition, your team is working with you more. It's a really beautiful energy that just means, like, I could just feel myself just fall back into a cloud and just really trust that the team are there. This represents somebody who's quite generous and wanting to make sure that everybody around them is feeling good, feeling like they're going with the flow of life and yet still knowing where they want to get to. Knowing that the Knight of Cups is a younger energy, a more youthful energy. Think about somebody who's just starting university, roughly like 20 years old. The plans are still new and yet the outcome isn't yet defined. But that's okay, because the cups can always find that creative emotional solution. So if this card comes up in a relationship reading, lucky you, because it just means that your lover is coming closer to you. Whether that means you're single and you're going to find them soon, or they'll find you soon, or that you're just finding that new sparkle, that new radiance, that new commitment. It can mean spending a lot more quality time together. And I can't help notice about the love languages when your emotional cup is feeling fulfilled. If you're somebody who likes to get little gifts or words of affirmation or like to be touched, check in with what your lover's love language is, to fill up their cup so that equally they have the energy to fill up your cup. It's a beautiful balance and harmony there. So if this card comes up in reverse, you can imagine you're feeling kind of drained, maybe taken for granted. Maybe there's a level of feeling shamed or just that shallow kind of energy. Could represent somebody stepping out of the relationship and maybe finding another partner. It's only going to be like an emotional affair. It's not going to be as deep as something like the Devil card. But, you know, it still kind of hurts, because in reversed, it means that this person or your partner is seeking that immediate gratification. So yeah, there's some emotional work that needs to be done there. Now, if this card is still coming up in reverse, let's look at the health side of things in the in the Knight of Cups. It can represent somebody who's drinking too much alcohol, wanting to escape the stress. Maybe they're feeling not heard. Maybe they're just so completely irritated in their skin that they can't be seen, that they're drinking a lot more just to suppress that, because they just don't have the skills and the belief in themselves to step forward. It can represent somebody with depression. Now, depression is an interesting one. Depression is where we're wearing a lot of masks for a lot of different people. This is how you should be, that's how you should be, that's how you should be. You should be like that as a good mum, should be like that as a good wife. And when you're doing all of these shoulds, that's when the depression sets in, because you're just feeling completely lost with your authentic self versus the roles that you're playing. So again, that needs some coaching or some healing. This card in reverse, I don't want to drop the energy, but this card in reverse really quickly can also represent anxiety. So a level of being ready for the worst case scenario, being 2 steps ahead, needing to be in control, and your nervous system just going, oh my gosh, just overwhelmed. Anything else there? The team is saying it can also represent issues with the ankles, so fear of stepping forward. They also just said, and the fear of the consequence of change. So a lot going on with that particular card. Let's bring the energy back up and talk about the symbols in this beautiful card. So we have the Knight himself, and the Knight is wearing those wings on the top of his helmet, and they're the wings of imagination. Pretty beautiful, right? He's got the blue sky in the background, just feeling that the blue skies ahead, everything's going really well, the energy's quite hopeful. There's the the knight in shining armor, like literally, like he's putting on his best suit, stepping forward. The fish that is on the cloak on the outside of that armor represent his emotional goals, the things that are important to him. We think about we think about the story where the fish, teach a man how to fish and they'll have abundance for life, versus, I can't think of the other end of that saying, oh my goodness, the team. But the goals are knowing how to have the skills to get what you want versus having to feel depleted. So this particular character, he knows what he wants. He knows that he has the skills to get there. Just checking in with the team. The white beautiful horse represents the freedom. We're moving in the direction of the future. We've got the stream of the water going behind him, which means that abundance flows through life. While the goal is definitely in sight, we can see the mountains, they're so close. We're just already emerged and part of that. So this is a really good card, an uplifting card, one that brings in a lot of beauty and joy. So if this card came up in a reading, I'm going to be telling them that yes, this is a really positive card, moving towards really beautiful energy in the future. The spirit world is saying, yes, this is the time to step forward into that emotional fulfillment. Yes, it is time to put yourself first and really celebrate the wonder of what you've created with the universe. I hope that helps, and I will talk to you later.